We're talking NFL coaches.
I don't know.
We're
You
talking
don't know
NFL
either, so
coaches.
thank you.
Are these NFL coaches in the hot seat? And I
Who's
mean,
heating their seats?
I think
Can I
I
do
don't
it?
know. We may disagree or agree, but let's see. Doug Peterson. I have two answers to this.
Yeah.
Is he in the hot seat? Yes. Will a head coach change make this team better next
No.
season? No.
No. Yeah, no.
I mean, is
I
it
was gonna
gonna?
say no outright, but because he's what they're what 4 and something, he's on the hot seat. So, but no, if he can't make this team look like anything, there's not a lot of guys who can. They need a lot of help. They need some help from their ownership.
Considering expectations going into this season, I think maybe the seat isn't as hot.
I think they would have fired him already, though. No.
See, that's the thing. It's like it's definitely not as hot as some of these coaches who have
Yeah.
already been fired.
Who've already been fired. Yeah.
So I say it's pretty hot.
It's
It's
pretty warm.
definitely pretty
Yeah.
hot. Antonio Pierce.
Very hot.
I would say it's very hot, and I would say one thing that people keep forgetting, and they don't want to talk about it. It's like how many intern coaches like stay?
I'm trying to think of one.
How many intern head coaches get the job
Jay Gruden.
and they stay?
Is Jay Gruden an intern?
I mean,
Intern.
there's a lot of people that could have went out there and looked better than Josh McDaniels last season.
Agreed.
He went and took over Josh McDaniels' spot. So
Well,
like
what
imagine
so he like had the ability to like win back the locker room and then lose it immediately
he
after.
won the locker room last year.
No, that's what I'm saying.
And
He
that's
when
what
right when he
yeah.
got in, he won the locker room. Everyone was like, "We'll fucking die for Antonio Pierce."
But it was
Walks in this year, shitbags his whole team. Everyone leaves. Everyone wants to fucking retire, and then now what?
but I'm saying
You gotta get rid of him.
everybody was shitting on Pete Carroll on his way out of Seattle and all
Sure.
this. And now there's people that are gonna kill to get him on a team. You
Yeah.
know? And I feel like when it comes to an Antonio Pierce, it's like, all right, you look better than Josh McDaniels.
Yep.
You came in and you won over a locker room that hated the former head coach, but
Yep.
now that's you.
Exactly.
You're not the head coach that's disliked. You're the intern head coach that's disliked that got
Exactly.
re-signed. That earned, I guess, the position.
Well,
But
I mean, like, you can't really hate on the interim head coach because he's not the head coach yet.
but now he's not the
The
intern
second
head
he's
coach.
the head coach, the second he has to step up and perform, and then blames it on his team for making money moves and shit.
Like he's
Fuck
still
out of here.
at like you can't get the step up and then still perform like an intern head coach.
He's not even performing like an interim head coach. He's
Oh
performing
no,
worse than he was an interim.
well yeah, but I'm saying like
He's
saying
performing
shit
like a shit option at head coach, like a Josh McDaniels.
like he can say whatever he wants and it doesn't
Yes,
matter
like
and
he runs shit over there.
his team
When we
must
know damn
respect
well
him.
that dummy with the bowl cut runs shit.
Yeah. Oh, and that's another thing. It's like teams like that and Jacksonville. It's like, no, these
I
owners
know.
don't give a fuck like that.
Fuck no.
Go.
Motherfucker just moved to Vegas, built a stadium, and give a shit what their record is.
We're on to the next one. Brian Dabble. All right. Can I say that the head office fucked him way more than he did to
I was
this
about to
team?
say, yeah.
I mean, you signed Daniel Jones, get rid of Saquon.
You signed Daniel to $40 million for no reason. You get rid of Saquon, and then you draft a good receiver.
Yeah.
For what?
It's like, do they give him a shot with this?
Now, granted, last year they were pretty shit. Like I thought, like this year is not a good year to fire him. I thought last year would have been a better year to fire him.
If they had
But I
plans
think
on keeping Saquon.
at this point, you can't fire him. You got rid of everybody.
I feel like if he does get fired, it's at this point where somebody has to take the blame.
Or it's mutual.
But I feel like it's like no, like the Giants head office have done him no justice, have done him no
No
favors.
good. No favors.
And I feel like give him one more year with
Well,
someone who's
maybe
not
give him
fucking
something.
Drew Lock or Tommy DeVito or Daniel Jones. It's like something, bro.
Yeah.
It's like just like something. I mean, I think the seat's hot, but it ain't as hot as the first two we talked about. Or it's as hot, but I don't think it's as deserving.
It's not deserved. No. But
Daniel Jones ain't Trevor Lawrence.
no.
And
No.
I mean, I don't know. And the just I don't know.
But no, like with Dabball, they had that great year. But again, Dabball and Daniel Jones both benefited from Saquon's
Saquon.
crazy year where
Mm.
they won a playoff game. Saquon didn't benefit for that team. So Dabball had I mean, the hype coming into that year after last year was
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Daniel Jones was supposed to do all this and that and whatever. Saquon was supposed to be a dog. Um, so yeah, I think if anything, he should have been fired last year. But at this point, you can't really blame it on him.
Gerard Mayo.
Fuck no.
Absolutely not. I say
Hell
no.
fucking no.
I think him
The,
and
the,
Drake.
the fuck the fact that there's fucking Patriots fans who are out there saying get rid of Gerard Mayo, you should have fucking expected a season like this. Take it on the
Yeah.
fucking chin, you dirty scumbags, and move the fuck on.
Dude,
Take
I'm
a
not gonna
fucking three
lie.
and 15 season or
I'm not gonna
14
lie.
season.
Like us, if I grew up this same exact era as a Patriots fan, bro, I'd be fine for decades.
I'd be fine forever.
And I get it, like maybe you get used to it, so it'd be hard, but it's like
6,
still, it's like as a fan your whole life, like
6.
until it gets to the point where you're like a Cowboys fan and you're talking about shit from literal decades ago. Like I
Agreed.
said, like I'll be fine for decades. Then
Sure,
we'd have to start winning again. But
sure.
I mean, the
But
success that the Patriots had,
5 years later, and then you have a new head coach, a former player.
yeah, it be grateful
That's what I'm
and
saying.
let them. And y'all are in. And when
You
it
you
comes
got a
to
rookie quarterback who has a chance to be really good.
and rookie head coaches, rookie quarterbacks in this on the same team, both of them are not in the worst situations in the
Fuck
NFL.
no. But
And
no,
I
this
think
was this was one of the only teams that I think did it right. Well, did their rebuild, started their rebuild correctly.
well, I mean, it didn't put a
The
bunch of
Bears started their
expectations
rebuild
and
before they got their quarterback.
mm,
Jane Daniels was just thrown into an okay team. Bo Nix was thrown into an okay team, but no, a team that was dog shit. The Patriots ride the season out, be dog shit.
I mean, the
Don't have
biggest.
expectations.
What was the biggest misstep? Gerard Mayo saying like, "Oh, Jacoby Brissett's the most pro-ready guy, so he's gonna start."
That's it. But I
Okay,
honestly doubt that was fully his decision.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Either way, it's like, especially out of all these coaches, no way. I think him and Drake are gonna be cooking soon. I don't.
Now,
I
I'm
don't.
not saying that Gerard's going to be the best coach ever. He's still fucking super young and this and that. But
That's the new. That's the
yeah,
new meta, though.
no, I know.
That's
But
the new
there's
meta. Young coach.
for real. But there's no reason to have. I don't know why there's expectations for him now. There weren't earlier in the season, and now they're like fire him. Whatever. He's not getting fired. He'll be there
No,
next year.
he's not on the hot seat. I don't think he's on a hot seat.
I don't think he's on any type of hot seat, and I don't think he could have been on a hot seat at all this year, unless he
Mike
said
Mc-
some really stupid shit.
Mike McCarthy.
Yes, but no, he's not going anywhere. He would be on a hot seat in any other fucking
Something.
team.
You okay? Last season, the Cowboys did absolutely nothing.
Yep, with
They
Dak.
have they have to do. Well, no, I meant in the offseason.
Oh, sure.
This offseason, they're gonna have to do something,
Yeah.
and one of
Now,
those things
again,
might be getting rid of Mike McCarthy.
I don't think Mike's the problem. Now, Jerry Jones is the problem, and Jerry Jones's idea of who a good head coach is
But see, that's the
could
thing.
be
It's like
wrong because he
this.
has an idea of who a good quarterback is because he's 80 years old and a GM.
But this is the same thing where it's like Jerry Jones with these owners. You got to have somebody to blame. And are you going to blame all the guys you just re-signed?
Exactly. You're gonna
Or are
blame
you
Dak.
gonna
You're gonna blame CD. Are
you're
you
gonna
gonna blame?
blame all these guys who are stuck here,
Are you gonna blame
and
Micah?
or are you gonna blame big old Mike McCarthy? I mean, you can easily just blame Mike
He has to
McCarthy.
blame. He's not gonna blame himself.
Mm-mm.
Could blame Mike. He usually blames like characters who have no. He blames the media.
But if I'm Jerry Jones, why not blame myself? Yep, I fucked up. Sorry,
Well, because it's
I'm
worked for him.
I'm 105 years old. I'm a billionaire. I don't care. I
He's not
thought
gonna
Trey Lance
change.
was Patrick Mahomes, and I went for the trade. Like I don't care.
He's not gonna change.
I'm
He's
just
had
saying,
time to
like,
change.
bro,
He's had
don't
time
care.
to be introspective. It's not happening. He's gonna ride out and do his own shit. Now, granted, if you're not that good at football and you want a big contract, go play for the Cowboys.
Zach Taylor,
I didn't think so until you said something.
dude,
I don't think so. I think their defense is absolutely horrendous. Maybe a DC gets fired. Maybe they build up that defense a little bit. Their offense is still one of the best in the league. I don't like unless Joe wants him out. Unless Joe and Jamar want him out, I don't see it. If Joe and Jamar want him out, he's gone.
I think I bro, I almost want Cincinnati to not make the playoffs just so they can really hammer home the reasons to not give him another chance.
Who do they replace him with? Marvin Lewis?
Fuck, Pete Carroll,
They're not gonna bring back Marv.
Mike Vrabel,
What about Tony Dungy?
Cliff Kingsbury.
Nah, Cliff is gonna try to fuck shit up.
I
Cliff
wanted
needs to be with a Cliff needs to be with a team that's not as established. If he walks into this and starts telling Jamar and Burrow what to do and start playing fucking USC football, ain't gonna work too good.
I think there's a level of respect
I would hope so.
on both sides. It'd be like,
But what I'm saying is like their offensive playbook is good. It's get the ball to Jamar. It works.
well, it's not just get the ball to Jamar, but
No, I know, but that's in bold letters right across the top of the play sheet.
they're the most important duo quarterback wide receiver duo in the NFL.
Yes.
And
Like that is their team.
it is important to keep them together. And I think now I don't think you have to bring in a guy like Cliff Kingsbury who could just elevate the duo even more.
Well, honestly, bring in
a defensive guy.
a defensive guy.
Get Zach Taylor the fuck out of there. And let him go on his merry way. Let him go coach the Jets or something.
True.
Or the Saints.
Oh, the Jets need a head coach.
The Saints, the Bears. Bro can go somewhere.
Remember all those Jets fans who were like, Salah's the best fucking guy?
You just hate Robert Saleh.
And I was correct in doing so.
Were you?
Yeah.
Were you?
You think Saleh would have had his team playing any better?
I think Robert Saleh was more than happy to leave the Jets. I think it's proven more and more as the weeks go by.
No, honestly, like that was a pretty big blessing for Robert Saleh.
I feel like if you roll your eyes when your quarterback talks, you probably are okay with getting fired.
Not for
like
real.
I would imagine Robert Saleh, like bro, and think about like just personality wise, like he's probably the complete opposite of Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
He probably every time Aaron Rodgers opened his mouth about some bullshit, Robert was probably, God,
shut the fuck
out of here. I mean, he will go somewhere else, and maybe take a role like he had in San Fran, and just put a dominant defense together.
No, I think his like coaching style definitely works a lot better on the defensive side of the ball.
Or he fucks around and goes to Cincinnati.
I don't want to see that.
You're such a dick.
I'm a dick. I don't want to see that. I don't want the narrative to be.
Why not a defensive minded?
I want an unassuming head coach over there. I don't want Robert Saleh's here. What's going on in the locker room? How do they like him? Boom, boom, boom. Now he's fired week 5.
Unassuming? I mean, no. Whoa. Here's the difference, though. We knew no matter who the head coach of the Jets were, there was going to be problems because how much control did Robert Saleh really have of that fucking team?
0.
He can go in there and have the respect of players, and even his quarterback, Joe Burrow, who won't be like 40 years old and we act like he can do whatever the fuck he wants,
Sure.
and then be able to craft a better defense on that side of the ball. I don't know. That's a way better. You're in a way better situation than a lot of these teams.
No, that's true.
I think. I think the Jets are proven. Nah, Robert Saleh was not. I don't think he was the problem. Because when he was coaching this team without Aaron Rodgers last year, they were just as bad.
They were better. They were bad.
Almost.
They were bad, but they were better. No, I mean they won 7 games last year. No.
Yeah, maybe.
They won 7. They were 7-10 last year. They're 4-12.
Shane Steichen, the last coach, Indianapolis Colts. I knew
Completely.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna give me that look.
I know Colts. What he looks like. Do I? No, I know the old guy from the year before.
What do you think?
I don't think he's getting fired.
I
mean, it is Indy. They might flip him, but
I think the only reason he would be on the hot seat is if they have an idea of bringing in a coach that is better suited for Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
It's either that or you're going to ride out with Shane with Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be one or the other. Either we're going to have to bring somebody in that can figure him out, or we're going to wait till Anthony Richardson figures it out, and then we're going to move on at quarterback.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it's. I don't know. I don't think he's on the hot seat unless they already have somebody in their mind.
Yeah.
And like if he gets fired, there will be somebody in that office the next day, and it'll be tampering hell.
Of course.
The investigations that they'll do in the offseason, that'll lead to nothing. But either way, I don't think. I think he's on a seat that's just as hot as Anthony Richardson.
Well, he's on like an at your will type of seat. Like, I don't think anything that he could have done this year. Like, the Colts are having an okay season. If anything, they're having an okay season while AR is playing bad or not being on the field or whatever. So, I don't know. I haven't really looked into the Colts at all this year. I haven't paid attention. I don't really care.
But see, that's what I mean, though. I'm saying, like, I think that his seat is no harder than AR's.
No.
Like, I think it's more on Anthony Richardson. It's like, well, let's get a full healthy season out of him, and let's see if you can even like be a head coach of a team with a starting quarterback that's going to be consistently healthy, and see what you can do. But I guess out of all those coaches I just named, whose seat's the hottest?
I would say Pierce. In my world, it would be Pierce. But I think the Raiders are still pretty stupid. Peterson's probably getting fired. Who else was on there?
Brian, Mike McCarthy. Whose seat is the hottest? See, but the problem with being on the hot seat right now, it's like you've already signed your season, like your season all, like your seat is not getting very much hotter or colder moving forward in terms of like how they're gonna make their decision on keeping you or not.
All the decisions have been made.
So right now, who's on the hottest seat is more of like who's most likely to get fired.
Yeah, I think it's Doug.
I think it's Doug.
Pierce.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. I think I don't know. I don't know who's
getting fired.
I think at the same time, I'm looking at the Cowboys and it's like, bro, you're giving these players so much damn money. It's like, shit, you better bring in a grandmother that could come in there and coach this team to a damn playoff spot. I mean, I feel like there's a world where he might end up being one of the most likely to get fired this offseason.
Or just bring in a GM and fix the whole fucking problem.
That is another thing. That could be.
Sell the team. Maybe easy. Jerry should enter a retirement home.
That'd be cool. I mean, if Bro sold the team, he'd still, be a fucking billionaire. So
he would have a few more $1 billion.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like the Cowboys are pretty expensive. So I
Couple
mean,
bill.
yeah.
We just
So
sold for 6.
there you go. And
They could
God,
sell for 10.
I mean, it's like it's almost like damn, like you sold it, like you got your bread, but it's like, do you think he's rooting for y'all?
Dan Snyder?
Yeah,
Fuck no.
you don't think so?
No.
But it's like,
I don't think he cares about football. I don't think he ever did.
ah,
I think he had the team, and I think he showed up and did this and did that and tried to fuck us over a bunch. And I don't really give a fuck. I haven't thought about him once, and I'm glad that I don't have to.
but I'm just saying, like, you don't think like so you think he's sitting at home wherever the fuck he is in his
He's
probably
probably on
some
his
big ass,
$40 million yacht
yeah,
right now.
some big ass house or whatever. You don't think he's rooting for y'all?
No, I think he's a petty little bitch, and that's why he didn't give up the team for fucking 25 years.
I don't know. I think he
Fuck
might low
no, he
key
despises us. He
he might
despises that we're good.
he
He
might low key
despises
be
that
fucking
he
with y'all.
wanted Jaden to fucking snap his knee in half like RG3.
No,
Yes, he did. I can guarantee it.
no,
Guaranteed.
no.
Guaranteed that he was
And
probably
that's another
fucking
thing. If we're gonna talk
cheering.
about just bad luck, it's like, what do you want bro to do with a broken RG3? I mean,
No,
what
bullshit.
what GM is
Maybe
figuring that out?
maybe not put him back in the fucking game.
What GM is figuring that out?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Well, nothing else good fucking happened.
What GM is figuring? I don't know. I mean, I'd sell a team too if I had to re fucking brand myself 3 times in 3 years.
Shut up.
Uh,